All right, joining me now is guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Kev. How you doing?
I want to talk about overall NBA trends because Cleveland Cavaliers, one of the trends I'm noticing with you guys this year, last year you pressed 2.2 times per game. This year you're up to 4.9 times per game. That's a fraction of what we're seeing teams like the Blazers and the Raptors do this season, but it's becoming a league-wide thing with more pressure. And Cleveland has also had a higher pickup point as well this year. What's behind this? Why do you see teams doing this more often across the league?
Yeah, so I feel like it's at that point. I'm at that point where it's like weird for me to say that like I'm starting to find um the league is shifting, right? Like I'm 9 years in and you're starting to see that. And I think it's kind of like one of those things where you see teams have success with it, the Pacers, the Thunder, and they were in the finals. So I think you're starting to see teams start to gravitate towards that playing at a faster pace, trying to create turnovers, more possessions. And that's what you really I think you're starting to get to.
Now, you've seen teams do this against you so far this season as well. The Raptors and Celtics did that, I think, more than anybody. And I'm curious from your perspective as a guy who brings up the ball a lot, what are the challenges in dealing with it? What are some of the counters that you guys use to when you do see press or at least a higher pickup point?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is alleviating pressure. So it's necessarily having, we call it egg screen, where the big just comes up and sets it higher. So it gets the defender off you. If he decides to chase you over now, full speed downhill at the big, typically somebody helps you kick out some sprays. That's kind of another thing. Or sometimes grateful to have Evan Mobley. Just give it to him and let him run a zoom action and pick where he wants to go each side. So just a few things that we have to alleviate that pressure.
Now, one of the things, during that Cavs Pacers series last year, Kenny Atkinson used the word force a lot. And he talked about like maintaining intensity from start to finish of games and like how impressive it was. Indiana was able to do that in the way they did and all the way until game 7. With you guys, like it feels like adding a guy like Lonzo Ball adds a bit of that pace and all that he kind of is hitting on. Do you feel kind of the personality of the team has shifted a bit this year so far? I know it's early.
1000%. But I felt this during OTAs. I mean, we were trying to get the ball across half court, past half court in 3 seconds. And then when you got a guy like Lonzo who does that instinctively himself, right? Like, I think that's something that you could just see, right? We're trying to do this and all about finding ways to kick ahead. So it's not just with the dribble, right? It's finding ways to get the ball ahead, drop the defense, you get the ball back, now you play pick and roll. But the addition of Lonzo, you see his speed. He just takes off as a one-man fast break, and he's always looking to find guys. But it also makes our lives a lot easier because now if you have our bigs running like Ev or Jay, they're punishing switches. If we're contesting and we're leaking out, getting down floor, just easy ways to get buckets.
Now with you, your last year in Utah, you ran 35.5 pick and rolls per game. This year, you're at 23.8, and that follows a league-wide trend. Pick and rolls are down across the board. 5 years ago, it was at 140, then fell to 137 per game, 136, 129. This year so far, it's 126 pick and rolls
Wow.
per game. Why do you think teams are running fewer pick and rolls per game across the board?
Well, I think it's part of the being picked up. Like, if I'm getting picked up and I'm just gonna go by you, if you tell somebody you have the entire court damn near to just get downhill, you're gonna get downhill without even using the screen. You're not gonna bring an extra guy into it. Sometimes you do to alleviate that pressure if it's slower. I mean, obviously, but I think if you're getting the ball out the rim and you're kicking it ahead, there's no need for a pick and roll. You're getting right to a three, and we're getting shots up so fast as a league, not just as the Cavs. I think that's kind of why things are going down.
I mean, I think I would imagine like also switching defense as well against certain
Yeah,
opponents. If it's just a switch, like, well, oh, okay, we're just creating another ISO
yeah.
or another post up. It's just a waste of time in some ways. So it is interesting though. I mean, like last year, Memphis did their whole thing
Hmm.
with no screens really. This year,
Yeah.
Miami's doing a bit of that. It's like kind of like crazy. Like looking around the NBA, all the dramatically different playing styles that you see teams using these days.
Yeah, it's interesting, and like I said, it's crazy to see how far in the span of 9 years the league is starting to shift into that direction of more just kind of read and react, right? Concept based, not necessarily play based, which is good because it's hard to scout. Like I mean, if you don't know on a consistent basis every night, all right, they're running floppy, right, or like they're running turn five, okay, cool. Like you don't know, hey, it may be this. Everybody's a threat, right? And you're seeing teams try to target depth too. Like you're not trying to have, 6, 7 strong. You're trying to have a long roster. So now you can kind of play at this pace, play at that speed. When guys get tired, you're able to rotate in and out. So it's interesting.
What do you think some of the next trends are in the NBA?
Honestly, I think we go faster as a league. I think I think there's another level to this pace. I don't know what that is, but I just starting to see like it's starting to be like a no conscience, just get it and throw it. Like Atlanta, they are one of the best at it. I think Boston's trying to do that with Joe and those guys. Like you get it and like you're gone. Like and I think there's like another level of that. I think you're starting to see it with Indiana, but like Indiana being the only team to have that pace in the playoffs, you're gonna see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams that are in the playoffs playing at that pace. I think pace and space is like the name of the game, and I think it's gonna be even more so.
I mean, I think like, we're talking about like full court press requiring sometimes, more effort and a deeper
Hmm.
bench and all that,
Yeah.
more bodies. But I think playing fast on offense, I'd imagine that can exhaust you too,
One
right?
thousand percent, especially if the team you're playing. Like you look at the Indiana series, like we weren't running fast, so to speak, but we were still running because they were picking us up full court. And then on top of that, we would score, turnover, you miss a layup, you miss a shot, and here they go right back to the end. So it's really there's no breaks, all right. And I think that's you got to train for that. You got to be in shape for that. Got to be mentally ready for that. So that's you know that's what you're starting to see.
Now, with you watching your game, I've always felt like you're one of the more stylish players in the game. Like with your handle, your shiftiness, and your explosiveness, like that combination is pretty rare. And you're already a great player. 6-time All Star at this point, 2-time All NBA. You've had highs in the postseason, highs in the regular season. What are the things that when you assessed yourself after the playoffs ended last year, entering the summer, what were the things that you thought, okay, I need to get better at this? And what did you work on this offseason?
Um, I mean, I talk about it every year, but like my efficiency, right? And I don't mean necessarily, oh, I got to shoot 70% from the field, 45 from three. Like that obviously would be fantastic. But I think um, my biggest thing is it's the little things. Like this year, we talk about playing fast, but it's not always with the dribble, right? I kick ahead, letting somebody create and then I benefit off of that. Or they may create and be able to go ahead and score, right? Like being able to find ways to make the game easy. And I think last year I took a step in that direction. Every year I think I'm taking a step, right? I think last year really opened my eyes to like, okay, there's success here. Like, okay, cool. Like, and we also have the talent to be able to do this where it's like I get off it to DG, he creates. Now they're helping on DG. I'm able to get a simple catch and shoot three, right? And I didn't have to do any work. Like I didn't do anything, but also be ready when my time is called to be able to shoot off the dribble, get in the paint, create. But when I talk about efficiency, it's like efficiency with my movements. You don't always have to be head like down at the rim trying to jump into people jump over. Like being really efficient with my mid-range jump shots, and picking my spots to attack, to let off the gas, and be able to allow guys to continue to elevate the way I really did last year. I'm starting to continue to build up.
I remember years ago, I think might have been you were still in Utah. I don't know. I was like 5 years ago or something like that. You and I had a conversation for an interview, and you told me about how one of the things you learned was like sometimes in order to maintain your energy over the season, you have to learn how to take days off.
Man,
Do you feel like at this point of your
man,
career, you've got that mastered? Like you just know how
it's
to pace the whole year?
it's funny you say that because I literally am having a conversation with Tyrese Proctor today in the cold tub, and he's like, "Man, like I'm getting mad because the coaches are telling me to sit down. It's like I got to keep shooting because I haven't made a shot." And it's like it's so crazy that you bring that up because I'm sitting here like, no, like they're right. Like you don't need to do anything. You got 2 days off. Like you can go shoot tomorrow. Like you know what I mean. But it's funny hearing him say that because I know where that's coming from. Right. Like we spoke about it, it's like now I'm able to be like, all right, cool. Like maybe I'm not practicing as much, saving yourself, and also with the game being the way it is, like you can't do both. Like, you know, what I mean, it's a long season. You can't be running full 36 minutes a night, full speed, and then also come down here and practice, do the same thing. You got to pick. And also, so when you're in practice, picking your spots, still being involved, but still finding ways to sometimes just sit down and do nothing. And it's a film day. So I've definitely gotten much better at that for sure.
I mean, you're the old vet now, right?
I know being the fourth oldest on the team is wild for sure.
Fourth oldest on the
It's
team.
wild.
It is crazy how the years go by. I was looking at your numbers before our interview today. It's like, damn, like it's his
Yeah.
fourth year in Cleveland already.
They tell me I
What?
played 200 games already. So it's like, it's wild how fast this goes.
It really is crazy. So, Donovan, thank you so much for joining me today, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Kev. Thank you.